Princess Kate laughs at the lack of words in Meghan's announcement that she has revealed a royal family secret. It's been a busy week since news broke on Thursday that Harry and Meghan are going their separate ways when it comes to the royal pepper, with his family in London ignoring him while Meghan remains in Los Angeles to work in 2 points. Zero mood board. This was the title in a small situation. There are so many stories about the transatlantic affairs that the best Harry can do is a quick hello from his cool family and lots of gestures, shouts, and also attributes on Twitter. It is enough for any healthy man to complete the program. Items were lost during the 48-hour storm. Which name haven't we actually heard? Well, this is one person who gets overlooked in all this politeness and controversy. Of course, I'm talking about Catherine, Princess of Wales. We're less than 3 weeks before King Charles and Princess Camilla go through the ordeal of wearing the crown. However, something interesting is developing. The woman whose biggest pre-marriage achievement was running a charity nightclub and never fighting the paparazzi appeared to be the biggest winner at the coronation. Now, the latest commentator to marry a member of the royal family is a woman named Elizabeth Woodpile. His story is more tragic. His sons were taken to the Tower and probably killed by their uncle Richard III. But Catherine seems to have proven herself to be the most successful and powerful royal mercenary. Maybe in the history of Buckingham Palace, day rolls around, it's officially Charles and Camilla's big day. But really, it is going to be Catherine who appears set to triumph. Her evolution from just being an average university student with beautiful legs to a formidable queen in the making is going to be all but complete. Now there is going to be lots of large, splashy color pullouts filled with photos of a dignified-looking way from being the most despised woman in the UK to sitting in the gold state carriage. But really the one person whom more people are going to be watching than anybody else is Catherine in more ways than one. It looks like the late Hilary Mantel might have been right when she described Catherine as appearing to have been designed by committee and built by craftsmen. Well, the author may not have meant it very well, but Catherine, exactly what the British monarchy never needed. He had the style and attitude of someone with blue blood. And if I were a betting lady, I'd bet all my money on Catherine being a complete fake on the big day. Meghan's presence would be the biggest distraction and symbolic insult to Catherine, but since she won't be there, well, that possibility has just been eliminated. Meghan's absence gives Catherine a clear view of the day, meaning none of the Fleet Street editors have to do anything but make headlines. I'm being honest here now. It hurts my feminist heart that women are always competing with each other. But let's be real here. If Meghan makes an appearance at Westminster Abbey on May 6th, she will probably wear something expensive because she has very expensive taste. Catherine was cruelly compared. One of the biggest stories of the day was the relationship, or lack thereof, between Catherine and Mac, and when it came to style, it came out on top. More seriously for Catherine, though, Meghan's presence meant the coverage had to revisit their troubled relationship. Tears, women's clothes, and the defects of the newborn brain. Essentially, the tabloids would have had a big day during the women's complicated history, but instead, Meghan remains in California, conveniently staying out of the spotlight for the sake of Buckingham Palace. So Catherine is free to lead the day. I think we're going to see a lot of news about Kate, mostly about how she's the most amazing thing that's ever happened to the monarchy since they decided that maybe they should marry their cousin. William's son Prince George will be one of his grandfather's retainers, making him the youngest future monarch to attend the coronation. Now is a real educational moment for all the future queens or junior social liaisons who are with all of this. The key is just to be patient and play for years. I have to admit that I really underestimated Catherine. I didn't know she was so helpful to me. He seemed like a forgotten era, just so agile. Come to think of it, her greatest achievement seemed to be mastering the ins and outs of video editing. But I'm so glad I was wrong. What's really become apparent over the past few years is that Catherine, taking the kids out and keeping her knees up all the time, really puts her head down and understands the rules of the royal game. She seems to have been watching intently. He listened and understood, and when he really felt that he had everything, he began to stage what is the most peaceful organization in the world. Catherine has ministers, leading academics and CEOs from some of the UK's biggest companies, all excited to support her early years foundation work as she tries to engineer what is basically something of a societal revolution about how people in the UK choose to raise their kids. Now, maybe it took her such a long time to accomplish this, that in the meantime, since William and Catherine's engagement, we have had 6 UK prime ministers and kids and has been married and divorced twice. But whatever, what's important is that in the end, Catherine certainly got there. And it looks like so. I don't think it's an overstatement to say that much of the future of the monarch's wearing shoulders does this sound like an almost impossible way for one person to bear anyway on Coronation Day and bring on the reign of Aaron and some power blazers, because as it turns out it really is the quiet one that you've got to watch out for you. Do you agree? Yes, please like this video and share it with your friends and loved ones, who will love it.